How can I produce images with natural looking colors? How can I capture images in RAW format? Can I edit my images in my camera?
Hello everybody, welcome to another session of Nikon DSLR tutorials. In the previous session, we spoke about focus and focal length. In this session, we'll be talking about white balance, raw images, and in-camera editing. Now, the white balance setting in your camera is used to adjust the color so that it matches the color of the light source, and white objects appear white. Auto white balance is recommended for most light conditions in P, S, A, or M modes, and they can be changed depending on the color of the light source if needed. For example, if you were outdoors on a brightly lit sunny day, you could use the direct sunlight white balance setting. If you were outdoors on a cloudy day, you could use the cloudy setting. If you were under the influence of fluorescent or incandescent lights, you could use the incandescent or fluorescent setting. Under the influence of shade, you can use the shade setting of white balance to match the color of the light source. Now that was about white balance. Let's talk a little about the RAW format. We often get this question from our viewers that why not shoot JPEG instead of RAW? Whereas while shooting JPEG, you can shoot a lot more images and in lesser space. Well, let me tell you, the RAW format is actually an uncompressed and unprocessed format and is the best output from your camera, whereas JPEG is a processed image. Another advantage of RAW files over JPEG are that they can be converted again and again without loss of data or quality. RAW format can be used for specific images which have a great archival value or are needed for future storage. Now let's have a look at these two images on the screen. The JPEG image, which is a processed image, has very little scope for post-processing. If we try and post-process a JPEG image, we might lose picture quality. Whereas in a RAW image, we can manipulate the exposure up to 2 stops. We can change the white balance or post-process it how we like, as we desire. Having talked about the benefits of shooting in RAW, here is another great feature that Nikon cameras offer you is in-camera editing. Nikon cameras give you the capability of editing your images within the camera itself using the retouch menu. To access the retouch menu on the camera, press the menu button and then scroll down using the multi-selector key to the retouch menu. In the retouch menu, you have many options like delighting, red eye reduction, you can even crop your images. And another interesting effect is monochrome. You can change your images to black and white. To do so, select the monochrome using the multi-selector key, press towards the right, and you get into the menu options where it gives you 3 choices: black and white, sepia, and cyanotype. Choose the effect you like, press OK. It takes you to the next menu where it helps you choose the image that you would like to turn to black and white. Choose the image and press OK. If you like the effect, press OK to save the image. Now, it does not destroy the original image but saves a copy of the same image. So that way your RAW file is protected and you also get a black and white copy of the same image. Suppose you wanted to adjust the color balance of your image. Again, you can use the retouch menu. To access the retouch menu, press the menu button, go to the retouch menu and choose the option color balance. After you choose color balance, press OK and it will take you to the menu where you can choose the picture that you'd like to change. After selecting the picture, it will show you a color chart. You can shift the slider using the multi-selector key to change the color balance, and once you've achieved the effect, just press OK to save. Again, it saves only the copy. It does not destroy the original file, and you have a copy of your color balance adjusted image. Using the retouch menu, you can also process your RAW files. Let us see how to do that. Press the menu button again to go to the retouch menu. In the retouch menu, scroll down to the NEF RAW processing option. NEF stands for Nikon Electronic Format, which is the format for RAW files in Nikon cameras. Once you press OK on the NEF processing option, it takes you to a menu where you choose the raw file that you would like to process. Press OK again and it will take you to the raw processing option. Over here you can adjust the white balance, you can adjust the exposure and also change the picture control to vivid if you'd like the pictures to be more saturated, standard or even monochrome. After you've made your desired changes to the raw file, you can go ahead and press execute. Once you press execute, it processes the changes and gives you a JPEG copy of the raw file. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next session where we talk about some important camera controls and menus. Until then, this is your Nikon buddy Rohan signing off.